There's one skill in life that is rarely taught in school, and I'm not referring to how to be a functional adult, not break laws you didn't know existed, or even know what to do when your car has a flat tyre. I'm of course referring to how to identify a jellyfish, but you're in luck as this is something that I can help you with. First, let's start with what actually is a jellyfish. The short answer would be an evil plastic bag, but a respectable biologist would probably prefer this definition. Now, there's a large number of organisms that an uneducated person would probably look at and identify as being a jellyfish, but the only ones that actually are true jellyfish are from the class Scythozoa, which comes from Greek roots meaning cup animal, on account of them kind of looking like a cup if you hold them upside down. These include your classic jellyfish, for example, that one jellyfish your dad stepped on when you've run out of things to tell your friends about your holiday. The main way to tell of a jellyfish you wish to identify as one of these is they'll have little grabby organs, referred to by nerds as the oral arms. You can check if the jellyfish has these by simply looking directly at it, provided you have the ability to see. If not, please ask a friend for help in doing so. One example of a scythozoan you've probably encountered is your classic moon jellyfish, a transparent dinner plate that poses basically no harm provided you don't try to eat one raw, as apparently you can eat them. If you do wish to eat one, please refer to someone who knows how to prepare them, as I have no idea. If you've done A-level biology, a jellyfish you will likely be familiar with is the crystal jellyfish. Except your textbook was wrong. This angry glowing contact lens is not actually a jellyfish at all. This organism comes from the class Hydrozoa, and I think you can probably guess what that name means. Also, side note, in my edition of the AQA biology textbook, the jellyfish they used in the picture is not the crystal jellyfish, but is a morph stinger. Just an interesting fact if any of you did AQA A-level biology. The thing that differentiates the crystal jellyfish from a true jellyfish is of course its lack of oral arms, but also, without going into too much detail, it has a vastly different life cycle. If you want another example of an organism from the class Hydrozoa, an interesting one is the Portuguese man of war. Now, you've probably heard of this creature before, as I'm not sure why, but everyone seems to have a neighbour who's been stung by one. A more accurate name for this animal would be Portuguese men of war, considering this is not in fact one organism but is a ton of them. You see, the Portuguese man of war is established is not a jellyfish but is something known as a siphonophore, which is essentially a big group of neighbours who perform tasks for each other, ranging from catching food and digesting it. Now, when you encounter a jellyfish, there's a similarity with snakes. If it's square, I recommend you do not approach, because with jellyfish, I think you probably know what's going to happen next. But with snakes, it's because, to my knowledge, a square-shaped snake would be something new to the world and likely has abilities never witnessed by humans. Anyways, box jellyfish belong to the class Cubozoa. If you haven't realised already, they aren't technically jellyfish due to having many differences from the classic Scythozoans, one key difference being that they possess eyes. The vision isn't brilliant, but it can be used for basic navigation. The real scary thing about them is that there is evidence present that suggests they can learn, meaning it's only a matter of time before they end up on 4chan and try to purge the world of humanity. But that's tomorrow's problem. On a side note, another animal that looks very, very slightly like a jellyfish is the comb jelly, but taxonomically speaking, that's further from being a jellyfish than Hugh Jackman is to being a cactus. Relating to that, this is my cactus, Hugh Jacktus. I don't know, I'm a big Wolverine fan.